Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we are hearing news that, of course, Dāvis Bertāns is a guy that might be or is potentially someone that the Warriors are interested in bringing in. Allegedly, according to Mark Stein of the Steinline Substack, Dāvis Bertāns has been invited to a workout with the Golden State Warriors ahead of potentially being invited to training camp. The Warriors extended a similar invitation last offseason to Rudy Gay, who didn't make the team and didn't play in the NBA last year. However, Dāvis Bertāns, in 43 games between the Oklahoma City Thunder and Charlotte Hornets, averaged 6.7 points, 1.5 rebounds, and about 15.7 minutes a night. And his true numbers were when he was on the Hornets. He actually was getting kind of some run, but it was really with the Hornets, because with the Thunder he wasn't doing anything. So with the Hornets he was putting up about 21 minutes a night, shooting just under 40% from the field and from the three, and 8.8 points, 2 rebounds. And if they were to bring in Dāvis Bertāns, like and subscribe. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of this? I'm just going to put on the board right here what the Warriors roster is currently. And in years past, seemingly they like to have flexibility. My understandings, even though Guy Santos and Lindy Waters are on non-guaranteed deals, they are expected to make the roster. And it's just because, like, look how cheap their contracts are. Why wouldn't they just go ahead and keep them there? So if we think those two guys are on the roster, they only have one roster spot available. Jackson Rowe's going to get cut. He's going to be a guy who's going to be on the G League team, while Reese Beekman, Pat Spencer, and Daquan Plowden are probably going to be all two-way guys. So Dāvis Bertāns, if they were to bring in Guy Santos, the third string power forward, Dāvis Bertāns would be coming in to be the power forward, and he'd be pushing out Guy Santos. My assumption is if Dāvis Bertāns were to get signed, if first off invited to training camp and then signed, it's because they're going to cut one of the non-guaranteed guys. Obviously they can't put him on a two-way, because only guys who can be on two-ways are guys who've only played in the NBA 3 years or less and 3 years of service. Doesn't have, if that makes sense. But with the Warriors, I'm very curious to see if they're going to go ahead and, because there's a lot. We heard that the 76ers are interested in Dāvis Bertāns. We've heard a lot of teams are interested in him. I think the Knicks at one point were hearing he's going to be a guy who's going to be on a veteran minimum contract, which is league subsidized, so it doesn't count against the cap or affect the luxury tax. So really free guy. And he's still 6'10", lightning quick release. And yeah, he's kind of one-dimensional on offense and isn't the most athletic guy, so he'll get exploited on defense. But 8 points in 20 minutes a night last year. You're telling me if Kyle Anderson or Buddy Hield or Gary Payton are having a bad day, or Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, or Podziemski are all just struggling to shoot, that a guy like Dāvis Bertāns can't come in and do some mop-up duty? I just find that one hard to believe, that there isn't faith that a guy like Dāvis can come in and be able to be the one to accomplish that. I think the other thing with him is, it's the whole thing I'm saying with the veteran minimum contract. Why wouldn't you take that chance if it's basically a subsidized league contract? I understand them wanting to have the flexibility and not having to go ahead, but even at this point, talking about other teams, I think if you're not giving him an opportunity, I think that's just a disservice to your team, in my opinion, because of potentially how he could be one of those bargain bin signings. He knows he's at the end of his career. He's probably at this point wanting to go ahead and just cash in, or not cash in, but get a championship. He's already cashed in with that big old deal that he had earlier in his career. So for me, I think the whole thing is we're seeing a guy that, yeah, Dāvis Bertāns, if we put up the Warriors rotation again, would easily be able to slot in. I'd rather play him before Guy Santos, Lindy Waters, and Moses Moody. I know Kevon Looney's in shape. We don't know what he's going to look like. but he really could fit into that 10-man rotation if they wanted to fit him in there. And I think that's one thing that people aren't realizing, that like, yeah, it's something that they could use. At this point in time, they're a team that I think, like, beggars can't be choosers. Not like I'm trying to be disrespectful here, but like, they are a team that has been needing an influx of talent, and getting a guy like Dāvis Bertāns to be the 10th guy in the rotation, the 11th guy in the rotation for the Warriors would be absolutely huge, just because he just fits like their style, which the 3-point shooting. And even though he's one-dimensional, if there was a team that his one-dimensionalness is kind of like all right, I think it would be the Warriors, where they can. People forget those Warrior teams, when they were shooting threes, they were putting up numbers, and they had like Omari Spellsman and like Maurice Spates out there, and they were just telling everyone, even Ian Clark, just to jack up threes and they'll figure it out, and it was working. So the idea that, you know, Dāvis Bertāns is somebody that isn't going to be, I guess in this case we're going to say, is like worth their time, or isn't going to be a worthy investment. If we show you the rotation, I just think it's really not that hard to break him into there. Like, Kyle Anderson's is going to be prone to having some quiet nights. Wiggins and Kuminga showed more consistency. Wiggins wasn't as terrible to end the year as he was to begin it. Gary Payton, there's health consideration. There's a bunch of guys that there's health consideration. So if you're just looking at it from that point, there's definitely going to be a window of opportunity for Dāvis Bertāns. So if I'm dumb, I think it just makes a lot of sense that the Warriors bring in a guy like him. Out of the Knicks, I mean, the Sixers, he might have an actual opportunity to have more minutes, but out of the Knicks, Sixers, and Warriors, the Warriors are arguably the best fit. Minutes wise, the Sixers might be able to offer him a bit more, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I dumb for this? I don't think I am, but I do understand both sides in a way. I'm more on, like, especially that the fact that it'll be league subsidized. Like, why not? Why not? You got nothing to lose by bringing him in. So let me hear your thoughts down below in the comment section, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you made it to the end of the video, it'll be greatly appreciated. But that's basically it. I hope you guys have a good one. Cheers. Bye, everybody. I have to go.